What is this?
This is an organ signed by Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. 1973, he wrote Dream On it.
Wow, really? I mean, you're young. You just don't realize how big that song was back then.
Yeah, it's kind of like Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
No.
The organ from Steven Tyler is such a piece of music history, and for me to have it is awesome. I'm asking around $40,000. The least I will take is $20,000.
This is cool. And how did you get it?
Well, my mother and I decorated his whole penthouse and his showroom, and he gave us this gift in return to say thank you.
Did he give you a letter or anything?
He didn't give us a letter, he signed it, and there's a video online of him saying he wrote it on this organ.
Where did he sign it at?
Right here.
That's really, really cool. When I was a kid, your favorite band was Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, or Aerosmith, right? Aerosmith is the best-selling American rock band of all time. And the song Dream On is considered one of the most iconic rock songs by Rolling Stone and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Generally, these old pump organs, they're not worth hardly any money. And the problem is, that's how you play it.
Yep.
There's a bellows inside there, and cloth straps pull the bellows back up and down. Doesn't seem bad at first, but after pumping one of these things for like 15 minutes, it begins to get tough.
I can imagine.
It's also a very inexpensive pump organ for the late 1800s, early 900s when it came out. It's smaller than what most pump organs would have been. Your nicer pump organs would have ivory keys. This is not ivory, that's bone.
Yep.
And these would just give it different tones.
Yep.
This was the first synthesizer. So he gave this to you, and you just want to sell it?
Yeah, I want to start my own business up, and I'm looking to get $40,000 for it.
God, I so wish it was a guitar. Guitars you can throw up on a wall. You know, it's I'm gonna go give someone a call because I have absolutely no clue. Hang out, take a look around. I got a lot of neat stuff. I'll be back.
So Steven Tyler gave you his organ.
That's right. Not too many people can say that, huh?
And that's a pretty cool gift, dude. I mean, Dream On is one of the great rock and roll anthems. And there's a couple interviews, he said he'd be down in the basement playing his organ, and apparently he came up with the little intro part, and the bass player came running downstairs, and he wrote it on a pump organ.
Okay.
There's a lot of music in rock and roll that have a lot of organ. They add a lot of cool background ambient sound to a lot of songs, and I'm sure a lot of songs were written on them. Pretty common style organ. It's a parlor organ, they call it. Late 1800s. It's a Victorian era, so everything on it's really ornate, it's really pretty. I mean, you can see the bellows down here are loose.
Yeah.
They're just burlap. I mean, that's actually a pretty easy fix. I mean, you can still make some noises come out of it. You can grab the bellow and, you know.
It's a moaning sound.
You know, it works. So it's all there.
All right, so the big question is, what's it worth?
In this condition, you might be able to get $1,500 for the organ. But it was Steven Tyler's. I would probably say a retail on it, anywhere from, you know, 15 to 20,000.
I mean, 15 to 20,000, that doesn't sound like a lot of money for a major song, Dream On.
Well, if it was
on
something that he used in the recording studio and became a fixture or piece of their show, like if this came up out of the stage and he was sitting at it playing it, then you're talking a totally different ballgame. But this is something that he wrote a song on, and then it probably sat in that basement for 15 or 20 years before everybody touched it again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Jesse.
All right, man. Cool. If Rick can get this for the right price, I think it would be great to have in the shop. I think a lot of people would like to see it. I think you can, you know, might be able to make a little money on it.
Yeah. I mean, I give you 8 grand for it.
8?
8 grand.
I couldn't do 8.
Okay, this definitely has some rock legend attached to it.
Piano, or this is the
But
organ.
it's not Jimi Hendrix's guitar.
I can't even do 20. I was thinking 20 for it. At least I was gonna take 20 and walk out with
There's
it.
no way I could give you 20 grand for it. That's the high-end retail,
Yeah, I
maybe.
understand. I understand.
Not everything a rock star touches turns to gold.
I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. I think I can get more than that, but I really appreciate it.
Okay. Offer's still good unless the world flips upside down.
Get
okay?
it. Thank you.
Let me grab my guys. I'll help you get it out of here.
All right, thank you. I really believe that it's worth a lot more only because Dream On, it's timeless. I mean, I'm 21 years old and still my buddies and I, we listen to it on the radio every day. It's something that just, it'll never die.
I got a call from a guy. He has an 1898 Blüthner piano. These are really super high-end. I'm gonna check it out and maybe there's some money to be made.
Pleasure, nice to meet you.
The gentleman selling it is apparently an Elvis impersonator, which shouldn't shock me because we are in Vegas. So this is the piano.
Yep, yes, sir.
So what are these for? Why do these pull out?
If the piano player wants brings the drinks closer to him.
Okay.
You don't see this in other pianos. I have a Blüthner Parlor Grand made in East Germany. I just moved from California to Las Vegas, so now I need to let it go. For the piano, I'm asking for the 2,500. Otherwise, probably I'll keep it for myself.
So what can you tell me about it?
Well, it's made in 1898, and it's a big name. Blüthner is known as one of the biggest German names, like Steinway, Besendorfer, Bechstein, Blüthner. Those are the top pianos. This one has some features that you don't see normally in other pianos. All the wood is inlay. This is not glued or something. You see, this is rosewood, which is very hard to carve.
All right.
Very difficult. This is hand cut. Only one like this. This is original case, original soundboard.
I mean, it looks amazing. So this was restored? Because all this wood seems new.
They just redo the whole thing again.
How much you want for it?
Well, I was gonna sell it for 42.5, which is super deal. You cannot buy even plain Blüthner black one for that price.
So I don't know a lot about pianos. I know a little bit. Do you mind if I have someone come take a look at it?
My pleasure. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give someone a call. I'm gonna bring him down, and I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Rick, you are welcome to bring anyone to check the piano. You are more than welcome. I mean, it's your money.
What's up, man?
How you doing? Jesse, nice to meet
It's a pleasure, man.
you. Ooh, Blüthner. It's a nice one.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Blüthner is known for their inlay work. They use a lot of different woods, mother of pearls, metal, all kinds of stuff, and that's kind of their thing. And they sound amazing, but they're really almost works of art in themselves.
Okay. I got some major concerns because the wood looks so new on this thing. Is it old? Is it new? Was it completely restored?
So you have to look at it this way. With pianos of this caliber, when this was brand new, it probably cost more than the home most people lived in.
Yes, you're right.
So a lot of people will pay the money to actually crate these up and send them back to Europe to some of the finest restoration guys there are. They go through these things top to bottom and restore them and make them look brand new.
Okay.
Let me look at some stuff real quick. So I took a look at it. You get underneath it, all the bracing and all the wood is all meticulously restored. The soundboard is done well. It's just beautiful. Very well done restoration. This one looks like it's been meticulously restored. It's a very expensive, beautiful piano.
Okay. What do you think it's worth?
My honest, educated guess would probably be 45 grand. Yeah, I mean, I feel safe saying that. So my advice to you is if you're gonna buy it, I wouldn't get into it for more than 25 grand.
Thanks, man.
This piano is gorgeous, but it's such a task to move. It's a task to sell. But if Rick can get into it cheap enough, it's a good buy.
So, like Jesse said, 25 grand. He tells me don't be in it more than 25,000. I can be in it 25,000.
I cannot go because 35,000 was for the restoration by itself. Plus, I had the shipping from Germany. Okay. Nah, they cannot work. I would love to give it to you, but that makes no sense.
That's what I could do.
Well, if you go up, we can maybe make a deal, so it's up to you.
I can't go up. Apparently, we're not going to make a deal, but it's nice meeting you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay.
Appreciate it. What can I say? I'm not happy that I could make a deal with him. But one day, I will sell the piano. I have no problem with that.
Earlier today, I got a call from a guy selling a 1930s grand piano. So Chum and I are going to check it out. So what do we got here?
I've got a Baldwin for sale.
Alec or Billy?
I'm not sure which one.
Oh, Howard.
Yeah, Howard. I called the guys down from the pawn shop to see if I could sell them a baby grand piano. It's a 1930s, Howard by Baldwin. It should be worth quite a bit of money. I'm looking to get about $1,500. We'll see where it goes.
So where'd you get it?
From a friend. Their mother passed away and left an estate and left me to get rid of it.
Let's go to all ivory keys. It's a good thing. Baldwin has been making pianos since the late 1800s, and this 1930s grand is a classic, especially one with genuine ivory keys. No one makes pianos like that anymore. Here, Chum, hold that. You know, it's a Howard by Baldwin. They're lower-end pianos. I mean, it was still expensive for the time, but it wasn't as expensive as a Baldwin. Do you have any idea what this thing weighs?
A lot.
It's like 700 pounds?
Yeah.
This whole frame right here, this is one giant piece of cast iron. When they casted it, if it wasn't proportioned right and everything else like that, it wouldn't sound right. Way out of tune. Being this old is probably not tunable. That's a big problem. That's a big thing to have all these strings replaced. Most people think that pianos last forever and ever. Not true. There are hundreds of little pieces that wear out, and they're very expensive to replace. But if they're in good condition, they can be worth a lot of money. What were you looking to do with it?
I want to sell it.
How much you want for it?
I was looking to get about $1,500.
That's not going to happen. Some pianos go up in value. This one, if it was a Baldwin, it was in great shape, it would be worth a fortune. It's a Howard by Baldwin.
What's the best you can do?
I didn't go like 900 bucks on it. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $1,000 if you deliver it. 900 if I got to send my boys out here to pick it up.
Yeah, because I don't want to lift this thing.
No, you'll be with them.
I don't think you should take the deal, man.
Well, he's got a piano.
All right, deal. I'll have my boys come by Monday to pick it up.
All right, great, thank you.
Damn it. You sure, dude?
I don't know exactly how much this piano weighs, but it's a lot. At least I don't have to move it. We'll leave it up to him and his guys.
Hey, how can I help you?
I've got a historic Rhodes piano I'd like to show you.
Let's check it out.
Good. Let's make sure these are off. There we go.
Set it back right here.
These are world famous. People like Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea, Stevie Wonder, a bunch of people have played. And if you guys brought in Herbie Hancock and had him play it and sign it, you could put it in the shop and the price would double.
Fortunately, I don't know Herbie Hancock.
You know? The piano is excellent. It'd be really hard to find a better one anywhere unless it never left the case or never left the studio. This is the best of the best that Rhodes made. It's what every professional musician would want to have. They never come on the market, and they stopped production in 1985.
Well, this is definitely rare and unique. Rhodes was a pretty cool company. It started out, it was just a guy, Rhodes. You know, he had a radio show, he was a piano instructor, he was in the military, he started making pianos.
These have a unique way of making sound, and then you can put it through guitar pedals and get different effects. And it's really, really cool, the sounds you can make with it.
Okay, well, you seem to know a lot more about this than I do. How much do you want?
I'm trying to get $5,000 for it. It's really hard to price them, to be honest with you, because they are so rare.
It's not hard to believe. Some of this vintage music equipment, it sells for a lot more than even the new stuff, because as the instruments progressed and they started using other pieces and more electronics to create the sounds, they just didn't sound the same as they did.
Right, and very few of these are out there, and these are the ones that the musicians all over the world want.
If you have time, I'd like to call my instrument expert down.
Sure.
He specializes in vintage instruments.
I'm really happy to hear that there's an expert coming in because the price could be anywhere. So I'm just real curious to see where he comes in with it.
This is cool. It's a Rhodes. This is one of those instruments that if you're going for this sound, you kind of got to get one of these. There's a few digital things that have gotten pretty close, but they're still not the same, you know? Rhodes has been used by everybody, dude. Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. Pretty much anybody that used a piano at one point or another used one of these, especially mid-'70s, late '70s. These were on every stage you could find pretty much.
Okay.
You know? It's the Mark V, which is the last version of this. It has to a lot of players, the best action out of all the Rhodes pianos. See, I mean, they have their own tone.
Yeah.
Especially the higher register notes. Very sought after instrument. People still use these today, you know. Radiohead, more contemporary band, they use them. Studios and stuff still like to have these around. It's a sellable piece and it's in good shape. I'm amazed that all the plastic is still intact. Usually you find these and these are cracked and broken and beat up. This one's actually in really good shape.
Yeah, I don't think this one is eroded much.
So what kind of value would you put on it?
You know, for a while, these kind of skyrocketed like everything else. Unfortunately, guitars that I was getting $12,000 for in 2006, I'm getting $3,000 for now. It's just kind of the way things went. Today, a realistic selling price, the last couple of these I've seen in this shape, in this condition, I don't see why you couldn't get like $2,500 for it. Maybe a little more.
Okay, well, I think that's all I need to know. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. See you later. It's kind of rare to find these in this kind of condition because most of the time they were being taken out to bars and stuff and getting beat up on, having beers spilt on them and cigarettes put out on them and every other thing. So to find one that's not completely trashed is actually pretty cool.
All right, well, my guy didn't exactly tell me it was worth $5 grand. He's saying maybe I can get 2,500 out of it, maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm looking at like $1,200.
I can sell this, honestly, for $2,500 all day long.
I mean, I believe you can. He told me that's what they're worth, so I'm sure that's what you could get for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to leave here today with some money in your pocket, you know you're going to have to go down a little bit because I'm only going to be able to sell it for $2,500 myself.
No. I wouldn't take less than $2,500 for it, period.
Okay. That's your bottom price?
That's the bottom price, yeah.
All right, well, unfortunately, you know, I could move up from 1,200 a little, but I can't get to 25.
Yeah. I knew that my bottom line before I came here was already $2,500. I would not take a penny less. I wouldn't need to. So, as I say, it's time to pack it up and hit the road and go play another day.
Earlier today, I got a call from a woman who's trying to sell a piano. Hi, we're from the pawn shop. Pianos aren't something I usually deal in, so I decided to take my buddy Tim, see if I should buy it.
I'm third-generation piano tuner technician. Grew up in the back of a piano store, and my family has been in the piano business since 1937.
So this is my piano.
Okay, cool.
I want to sell the piano because I just graduated from college, and my major is Asian studies, so if I go to Asia, I can't really take an upright piano with me.
How'd you come across it?
It came from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
So you go to school?
Yeah, I just graduated from UNLV.
Chumley, where to begin? He's like that lost puppy you found when you were like 12 years old, wanted to take care of it, but always on the furniture.
So what do you do on the weekends?
Pretty much just hang out.
You know, so you like any other kind of music? You just play the piano?
I pretty much like all music.
It's not that I don't understand what Chumley was doing. She was a pretty girl, but Chumley's not exactly James Bond.
So where'd you say you go on the weekend?
Think we can talk about the piano? I mean, that's what we came over here for. So, Tim, what do you think?
I like it. Baldwin Hamilton studio piano. This is an institutional model made for schools, churches, and professional musicians. Looking at the serial number, it appears to be a 1982 model. Well, when I first saw the piano, I was tickled. I'm a Baldwin guy. It's top quality. It's American made. They never built them better. There's no piano that sounds better. The sounding board itself is in good condition, no cracks. Needs a little touch-up. There's some skin places, and it's touched the door frame as they moved it around. That'll all clean up. From looking at this piano, the condition of the strings, the felts, the hammers, it's in terrific condition.
How much do you think it's going to cost me to fix up the outside of it?
You're looking at about $400. What are you expecting to get out of this piano?
About $1,000.
$1,000? Well, that's a fair price for a piano of this quality.
And what do you think it's worth?
You're probably looking at $1,895.
Okay, so if I give her $1,000 and spend $400, there ain't a whole lot of money to be made. Here's the problem I have with the piano. It's huge. It takes up a lot of real estate, and I don't have that much room for it. So if I'm going to give up a lot of space, I'm going to need to make a lot of profit.
Times could change. That piano could be worth more. When she said she wanted to sell it for $1,000, I thought, well, I probably ought to buy that one myself.
Are you sure you can't budge off $1,000?
No, I'm pretty...
Okay. I mean, it just, with everything I got to do to it and how much I can make, it just wouldn't be worth it for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry we couldn't do business. But...
Well, thank you for coming checking me out.
Okay, you're welcome.
Rick should have bought that piano. And there's no other thing you can buy that'll last as long and give as much enjoyment as a Baldwin piano.
So what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Right on.
Chum. This morning, I got a call from a guy trying to sell an old pump organ. So me and Corey are on our way to go check it out. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right.
This is the organ that I told you about. It's a 1902 Queen Paula Sears organ.
Okay.
Original price on it was $27.45.
This thing cost $27 back in the day?
And 45 cents.
That's less than half a tank of gas in my car.
I was at a garage sale one Saturday, and I happened to see this pump organ. It was pretty cool, and the price was right, so I said, yeah, let me buy it. I really have no use for it. It's been sitting in my garage for like 5 years. It's just collecting dust, and I figure somebody else, they can put it in their house.
I can't play, but I've seen guys play these things, and I'm telling you, you are sweating like a pig after 10 minutes because it's pump, 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 pump. It'll give you some calf muscles. Not only did you have to know how to play one of these things, you had to be in pretty good shape. But the best thing was you didn't need some big-ass pipe organ. You could roll this into any room and power it yourself. Do you know anything about it?
Has the original beveled mirror. You have all the original ivory keys.
Those keys aren't ivory.
They're not ivory.
No, those aren't ivory.
The only thing that's missing on it is this bottom panel over here.
Do the bellows work at all?
No.
They're completely shot?
Yeah, they're dried up.
Yeah, we got nothing there. The only thing I'm worried about is if the steel pipes rusted out. If you don't mind, I'd like to take off the back.
I've never had it off, so
Okay.
I'll get to see something.
This should just pull right out. Let's go over there and pump real quick, Corey. Pull that little thing on by your legs. Okay. I mean, everything looks intact in here. This thing is in rough shape, but the parts seem to work, so there's a good chance it could play. This could be a smart buy because there's a lot of people out there who like to fix these things up. But I gotta buy it cheap so I can sell it cheap. So what were you looking to do with it?
Like to sell it. Could use a little extra money.
And how much do you want for it?
Like to get $700.
No.
How about $600?
It only costs 27 bucks new. That's a little steep for me.
So how does $400 sound?
How does 250 sound?
Okay, 250. It'll go to a better home.
Deal, 250.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, let's put this thing back together, take the top off, and put it in the truck.
I'm happy. It's $250 more than I had earlier today.
For the love of God, son.
Whatever. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good, what do we got?
A really cool old keyboard used by Three Dog Night in the studio on one of their albums.
You know Mama told you not to come in here.
I came to the pawn shop today to try to sell a keyboard that was used by Three Dog Night in the studio. I'm hoping to get $1,500. I'd like to sell it because I really need the money more than just having the memories of it.
Where'd you get this, man?
I was in a stunt band. We had guys that would like light themselves on fire. And Yamaha sponsored us, and we decided to start writing our own songs. And we used this on one of our demos, and Three Dog Night heard the song and said, we want to record the song.
So you wrote a song, and then they played it on this keyboard?
Yes.
What was the name of the song?
It's a jungle out there.
Okay, that's really cool, actually. Three Dog Night was probably best known for their song Joy to the World, but they've had a bunch of other hits, too. My dad knows all their songs, and sometimes I even catch him singing them, which isn't really fun to look at. Tell me about the keyboard.
It's the first polyphonic portable keyboard that had rhythm accompaniment. Now, every store has them.
So, can we hear the keyboard?
Sure.
Sounds like the theme song from Mario Brothers.
I think you missed a note.
We get a lot of music memorabilia in the store, and we usually don't have a problem selling it when it's Hendrix or the Beatles. But Three Dog Night, honestly, I just don't know if there's that big of a market for their stuff. So what do you want to do with it, my man?
Well, I'd like to sell it.
Give me an idea of what you want for it.
$1,500.
$1,500.
I have documentation.
Let me see your documentation.
Okay. Danny Hutton is one of the lead singers.
This Portasound PS3 electronic keyboard was used by Three Dog Night in the recording of the single It's a Jungle Out There. signed by Danny Hutton of Three Dog Night. You know, the letter's just not doing it for me. I need more details, more information.
What if I get the lead singer founder, Danny Hutton, on the phone?
If you can do that, we got a deal for $500.
But it's one of the first of its kind, used by one of America's biggest rock groups in the studio.
As a musical instrument, it's just not there. Almost like a TV from 1980 to me. But if you can get him on the phone to confirm it, I'll give you $500.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Leave a message and we'll give you a call back. Thank you.
Well, the voicemail picked up. That sucks.
Tell you what, though. If you can get him to type a new letter with the serial number of this on it and have it notarized, then I can accept that 100%.
Okay.
Or you can bring him down here one day and have him tell me himself.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Take care.
I'm going to go back, see if I can get a deeper level of authentication for the keyboard, and I'm going to hold him to the $500 offer.
All right, let's see what you got.
Notarized letter.
Okay. With the serial number on it?
With the serial number on it.
So this is it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This Portasound PS3 electronic polyphonic portable keyboard was used by Three Dog Night in the recording of the single It's a Jungle Out There in 1983. Signed by Danny Hutton of Three Dog Night. And here is the notary form.
Is that good enough proof for you?
Yeah, man, it's good.
Okay.
Remind me, what was the deal again?
5,000?
I seriously doubt it.
Less 10.
Okay. All right, sounds good, man.
All right.
Deal.
Thank you.
Chum will write you up.
All righty. I just sealed the deal. I'm going to put it towards getting a new car, $500.
Let me check this thing out.
Are you gonna play it or just annoy me?
That one works pretty good.
Stop.
So what do we got here?
I brought this concert roller organ in for you to look at.
Ah, cool. A crank organ.
And it comes with 14 more cylinders, like that. On these, it has the song.
You think you got any Tupac in there?
And no. I inherited the organ from my grandmother. I'm asking $600. I've looked around at different antique stores, and I am not seeing another one like it.
Where did you get this?
This was my grandmother's, and when I would go stay with her, I would pull it out and I would start till she came along and tell me to put it back.
Okay. These became popular right after the Civil War, like 1870s. Up until the Civil War, unless you had a band playing, that was the only time you heard music. You know, guys would stand on street corners with these things. They'd have a monkey turning it for some change. The downfall was radio, though. I mean, once radios were available in the early 1920s, you didn't need one of these.
So how does this work?
The crank does two things. There's two bellows underneath there. You know, while one's filling back up, the other one's pushing air. And also, these keys right here open and close these valves right here for the air to go through the reeds.
Sweet.
Your bellows are screwed up, I can tell you that right now. These things are usually a lot louder. Do you mind if I look underneath real quick?
Okay.
See these valves right here?
Oh.
These are actually supposed to hold air.
All right.
They're all rotted out. That's why they're not holding air.
Okay.
So there's some condition issues. This is why I like guitars. There's less that can go wrong with them. This organ's 100 years old and it has a million little parts that can break. So fixing it could be a nightmare. But these things are really collectible. So if I can make money on this thing, I want it. How much do you want for it?
$600. I have done some internet research, and I've not seen a lot of these.
And you're right, because most of them were just thrown away.
Right.
See, in my head, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it when I sell it.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to just buy it off you, give you the money, and then put it on the shelf for sale. Should I fix it up first? But then how much is it going to cost me to fix it up? No. So, $400.
$500. And you get all of these cylinders. There's a whole bunch of cylinders in here. It works.
I'll give you $450.
$450.
$450, it's a deal. All right, go write her up, chum.
All right.
I love this thing, but buying it was definitely a risk. I have no idea how much it's gonna cost to get it working properly. Worst case scenario, I'll have Chum out front with a tip bucket as he cranks away.
Hey, Rick, how's it going?
Doing good, man.
What you
How's it
got
going?
for me today?
I have for you something really cool. I paid $450 for an old crank organ. It was a bit of a gamble because the insides were in pretty rough shape. So I'm gonna see if my friend Roy can fix it up for me. Hey, crank organ.
Oh. Ooh, this is the concert roller. This one's from the early 1900s. This is like the original boombox. This stuff's great because most people don't even see equipment like this. It would be behind glass at a museum. So this kind of stuff's my favorite stuff to work on.
How much do you think it'll be just to restore it?
Everything looks really good. There's no damage to any of the wood. The case just needs just a little bit of cleaning. The bellows are the real important thing. If the bellows are damaged, it could get pretty expensive.
Here's the bellows.
They're probably just full of dirt and debris. The leather's all dried out, but everything looks really good. This is in amazing shape. You're looking at about $125 to go through the bellows and make them all like nice and tight.
Okay. Is there even a really big market for these things?
There is a lot of like collector guys. It's like an automaton where you just roll it. You can't play music on it, but it'll play the cylinders, and that's a big market for that.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Rick.
All right. I absolutely love it when I hear I'm in a great spot to make a profit. But I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch, because things can always go wrong. But I gotta say, I like my chances. Hey, man.
There she is.
It looks the same.
It was in such clean condition, and these are so rare, I didn't want to change anything. And it's what's inside that counts.
Okay. Before, it kind of worked. It was too soft and not playing the right notes.
It's a little louder now, and all the little spoons are opening.
Can we hear it?
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm at a carnival.
That this actually sounded 100 times better.
Well, basically, I went through the whole thing. There's little combs that run these little spoons here, and these open up in each of these notes. A bunch of them weren't playing because they were so full of gross old stuff. I used like a whole box of Q-tips getting it out of there.
Okay.
And I took this whole thing completely apart and out. All that was really, really wrong with it was completely full of hair and like lint in each one of the bellows.
All right, so how much do you think I can get out of it?
Well, these go for about $1,500 up to about $3,000. It's on the higher side, having all the combs with it. So you're definitely gonna get the top dollar for something like this.
All right, this is one I really scored on. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna be able to give the damn thing away.
You should listen to me more often.
That's not gonna happen. Let me get you paid, Ben. Put a price tag on it, put it on for sale. I guess this goes to show you, you can't judge a book by its cover. It looks exactly the same on the outside, but damn, it plays nice. After one listen, I think some customers are gonna be peeling off some Benjamins.